YouTube. Please like, comment, and subscribe to our videos and our channel. Today, I've been asked to touch on the topic of dating. Um, I don't really want to go through like every aspect of dating because that could take hours. So I'm gonna just go over the questions that was asked to me. Who should pay when you go on a date? Um, I think that depends on the individuals that go on that date. It can be a lot of people in society expect the man to pay for the food, um, or whatever y'all doing. It could be food. It could be y'all going somewhere. It could be anything. Uh, but 9 times out of 10, most people expect the men to pay. Um, I don't really know if I disagree with that. Just because of my background and my history of how I was raised. I personally think that the man should pay. Um, that doesn't necessarily mean the man should pay. Uh, it depends on the individuals. Women, especially nowadays, they like that feeling of I could take care of myself. I don't need a man. And one of the ways of doing that to some women is paying for their own food when they go on dates, or paying for their portion of whatever they're doing. Some women take pride in that. So definitely know who you're going on a date with and know what their preferences are before you even attempt to pay for the date. Because if you pay for something, and I'm gonna walk around, because that's what I like to do. I walk and talk. That's what I do. So if the woman is a feminist or really comfortable with just taking care of herself, don't be surprised if that woman says, "No, I'm gonna pay for my own." So it just depends. It depends. And some men, I mean, let's be honest, some men don't think it's right that they pay for everything. And I can understand that side of things too. It's two people that's on the date. It's not just the man. It's the woman that's on the date too. She needs to be able to take care of herself. I mean, but that's a matter of opinion. That's a matter of opinion. No woman should ever get with a man because she needs a man. She gets with the man because she likes that addition to her life. Next question was what type of restaurant? Again, that depends on the individual you're going on a date with. You definitely, a lot of these questions that I'm looking at, you definitely want to have this conversation before you go on the date. You want to know what that other person's interests are, what they like to eat, things of that nature, or else you really gonna bomb the date. Cause you're gonna go not knowing anything, and it's not gonna work out in your favor. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. So type of restaurant, that's more or less conversation you should definitely have with that individual. Next question: should you clean your car before the date? um, Ideally, yes, but only clean your car if that's who you are. If you would normally clean your car because you think your car is dirty, and whether that person is new or not new to your life, if you want to give out the image of you being a clean person, yes, clean your car. But if you don't clean your car, the other 364 days a year, you're putting on the front of an individual you're not even that person. You're not even that person. So now you're going on a date, you got this individual convinced that you're a clean person. That's starting the relationship or a possible relationship off based off a figment of who you are, but not really who you are. You definitely should clean your car just because it's, polite or whatever. But if you don't normally clean your car, and you only cleaning your car because you're going on a date, you definitely, you either need to start learning how to clean your car more often, or just let your date know, like, what to wear. Wear whatever you're comfortable with. Don't go to a restaurant you wouldn't normally go to. Don't wear dress clothes if you don't normally wear dress clothes. Don't put on an image of somebody you really aren't, because again, you're gonna build that idea to that other individual that you're somebody you really aren't. So when that real you finally starts showing up after a couple dates or 3 or 4 months into the relationship, and they're like, how come you don't clean your car no more? Or why you always wearing sweatpants? How come I can't never get you to dress up no more? You're gonna start getting stuff like that because you put on this front of this is who you was, or this is who you are when you met me, and this is who I really am. You never gave that person the opportunity to get to know you from the beginning. And that in itself, you cheating that person out of the potential of making the correct decision of would they be happy with you. You gotta consider the fact that it ain't just you that's going on this date, it's them. And they gotta make a decision too. So don't give them a choice of the fake you and liking the fake you versus where they like me 10 years later when I'm giving them, all of my flaws and the positives about myself. Anyway, I'm getting off topic, so let me get back to this question. Playing on your phone at dinner. So this is a no-go. If you're gonna get on your phone when you at dinner with a date, a friend, a family member, it don't matter. You should not be on your phone. You need to be communicating with that other individual. Whether or not that's you listening. And when I say communication, I kind of touched on this in the marriage video, but when I say communication, I mean, you gotta have open ears, no distractions. You need to be listening as much as you are talking. You need to be listening thoroughly, no distractions. If you half into your phone and half listening to somebody, you're not gonna remember that conversation. You're not. You're just not gonna remember it. And if you do, you're gonna remember bits and pieces or important parts. But sometimes it's the little things that count too. So don't do it. Don't play on your phone at dinner. That's a bad move. You definitely don't want to do that. Opening doors. It's funny. I just had this conversation with my girl yesterday, and you can open doors for your date. Just know you don't want to go overboard with it. Like, you don't want to, hold the door, get the car door, whatnot. You on a date or whatever, but don't do every door. That might sound ridiculous, but that individual needs to know that, or not have that expectation that for the rest of your life, you're going to be opening up every single door for them. No, you're not. You're not doing that. You're not even going to be around to open up every door. So let that individual get some doors themselves. Honestly, part of me thinks that we have stereotyped certain acts, such as opening doors. It's expected that a man opens the door for a woman. By most people, it's expected. But why is it not okay for a woman to go on a date and open the door for a man? Just because society says so? A woman can't show that same respect to her man that a man would show to his girl or to his date? I think a lot of this it comes down to really who you with. Um, you really need to know who you dating, who you going on a date with. Um, and more importantly, when you do go on this date, your number one concern should not be your date. I know that sounds backwards, but your number one concern should be you. When you go on a date, as a man, for an example, when I used to go on dates back in the day, I was so concerned about impressing her that I lost sight of, did she do anything to impress me? What I opened doors, I paid for dinners, I did this, I did that, but what was done to impress me? Cause when you get in a relationship, yeah, man, we try to sweep the woman off her feet. We try to give her everything in the world. We try to go above and beyond to impress her. And it should be both ways. It should be both ways. Definitely a man, yeah, impress her, but don't lose sight of who you are. Don't go too far impressing her that you give her this persona of who you aren't. You definitely need to focus on who you are and your happiness on the date. So if you on the date, and let's say for an example, um, you feel like you ain't got nothing to talk to her about as a man. You feel like you can't open up, or she keeps cutting you off, and that's bothering you. Well, all because you did all this stuff to cater to her. Yeah, you might have swept her off your feet, but what about yours? She interrupting you. She ain't showing you no type of, okay, I'ma listen to what you got to say, or anything like that. She not doing none of that. So when I say, when you go on a date, the most important thing should be you. I mean that, because you need to understand that your happiness has to come first. And if you ain't happy at the date, what makes you think this relationship you're gonna be happy in? It may not be the first date. You may have to go on a couple dates. The first one you may not like, but give it another try. Communicate why you didn't like it. Communicate it. And if that other individual thinks that you asking for too much, or you just not the fit for them, that's fine. That's okay. People come into your life in different seasons for different reasons. Just think about that. Okay. Last question. Uh, is this individual worthy of a date with you? That kind of touches on what I was saying about you making sure that you're happy when you're going on a date and whatnot. Um, to predetermine if somebody's worth a date with you, I think that's going too far in regards to say, you're not worthy of a date with me. I don't think that that's okay. Cause that kind of makes you. It sounds like you elevating yourself to another level. Like, all because this dude don't look like he a billionaire, don't mean he's not a billionaire. He just is comfortable wearing regular clothes, and he just don't want that type of image where he's gonna flaunt what he has. There's people out there like that. So I don't know if I would go and say worthy of a date. Dating is not like it used to be when our parents was coming up. It's a lot different. Um, people are a lot more. They're allowed to be a lot more concerned about who they are, and being accepted for who they are. So you don't necessarily have that outside pressure of, oh, I got to sweep this girl off her feet. No, you don't. If she's stuck up, okay, on to the next one. You ain't gotta like her. If she don't think you make enough money, that's okay. There's a girl out there that does. If she don't like the way you look, that's okay. There's a girl out there that does. And same thing for women, vice versa. The man don't appreciate how you throw down in the kitchen, that's okay. There's a guy out there that does. So I mean, dating is tiresome. Yeah, you're gonna go on a lot of dates, and you may like them, you may not. but learn from it. Till we meet again, YouTube. Peace, love, and happiness. And stay up. Stay strong.